emotional love story in English. Paragraph 1. On a quiet evening when the sky was painted with soft shades of orange and purple, Arav first noticed Lena sitting alone at the corner of a small cafe. The world outside was busy, noisy, and restless, but inside that cafe time seemed to slow down. Lena was reading a book, completely lost in her own world, her fingers gently turning each page as if she was afraid to disturb the silence. Arav didn't know why, but something about her presence felt familiar, as though fate had been waiting patiently for this exact moment to bring their paths together. Paragraph 2. Their first conversation was simple, almost ordinary, yet it carried a strange warmth. Arav asked about the book she was reading, and Lena looked up with a surprised smile that instantly made the room brighter. Words flowed naturally between them, turning minutes into hours without either of them noticing. They talked about dreams they hadn't shared with anyone, about fears they pretended didn't exist, and about how life often takes unexpected turns. By the time they parted, both felt a quiet ache, the kind that comes when something beautiful begins but hasn't yet found its name. Paragraph 3. Days turned into weeks, and their meetings became a gentle routine neither of them wanted to break. They walked through parks filled with whispering trees, shared laughter under streetlights, and sat in silence watching the stars when words felt unnecessary. Arav admired Lena's strength, the way she faced life with quiet courage, while Lena found comfort in Arav's patience and understanding. Slowly, without grand promises or dramatic confessions, love began to grow between them like a fragile flower pushing its way through the cracks of everyday life. Paragraph 4. But love, no matter how pure, is rarely free from challenges. Arav carried the weight of responsibilities that demanded sacrifices, while Lena struggled with memories of a past that had taught her to be cautious with her heart. There were moments of doubt, nights filled with unanswered messages, and days when silence felt heavier than words. Yet even in their misunderstandings, there was a deep desire to understand rather than to walk away, a silent agreement that what they shared was worth fighting for. Paragraph 5. One rainy night, when emotions finally overflowed, they confronted their fears. Standing beneath a flickering streetlight, soaked and trembling, Lena confessed her fear of losing herself in love, while Arav admitted his fear of failing the people who depended on him. Tears mixed with rain as they spoke, honestly, without masks or pretenses. In that vulnerable moment, they realized that love wasn't about perfection, but about choosing each other even when the future felt uncertain. Paragraph 6. Time tested them in ways neither had imagined. Distance crept in as life pulled them in different directions, turning late Night conversations into rare messages, and warm embraces into distant memories. Yet, love remained, quiet but persistent, living in old photos, shared songs, and the promise. The distance could not erase what was written in their hearts. They learned that love sometimes means waiting, sometimes means letting go a little, and sometimes means trusting that what is meant to be will find its way back. Paragraph 7, when they finally reunited after months apart. It felt like breathing again after being underwater for too long. There were no dramatic words, no grand gestures, just a long, silent hug that said everything they couldn't express. In that embrace, they felt time collapse, bringing past, present, and future into a single heartbeat. They understood then that real love doesn't fade with distance. It deepens, shaped by longing and strengthened by patience. Paragraph 8. As they rebuilt their life together, they learned to appreciate the beauty of ordinary moments. Morning coffee, shared smiles, quiet disagreements followed by understanding all became precious. Love no longer felt like a storm of emotions, but like a calm river, steady and strong. They realized that happiness wasn't found in constant excitement, but in the comfort of knowing someone stands beside you, ready to face life's uncertainties together. Paragraph 9. Years passed, leaving gentle marks on their faces and deeper wisdom in their hearts. They faced losses, celebrated victories, and watched their dreams slowly take shape. Through every change, their love evolved, shedding youthful expectations and embracing maturity. They learned forgiveness, patience, and the art of listening, understanding that love is not something you find once, but something you choose every single day. Paragraph 10. In the end, their love story was not defined by grand moments or perfect timelines, but by resilience, honesty, and unwavering faith in each other. It was a story of two imperfect people who chose to grow together, hand in hand, through every season of life. And as they sat together, watching another sunset, they knew that love, in its truest form, is not about forever promised, but about forever lived, one moment, one choice, and one heartbeat at a time. The end.